Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Sorry, I messed with the microphone. All right, so this video is going to be about, it's really, I would say, one of the top 5 reasons men and women get divorced, if not the number 1 reason. And for men, it's going to shock you. In fact, it's going to come totally out of left field and be like, what are you talking? Like, you're going to be like, I didn't even know what the hell are you talking about? Whereas women would be like, that's what I'm talking about. So I've got a client right now who just went through a breakup about, I think it was a month ago or 6 weeks ago or so. So he found me. Someone I knew. His name's Matt. I've known him for a while, and he took a couple of the courses, a couple of the pieces. We did a workshop at his where he used to work. And then I did a couple of coaching sessions with him, and I said, hey, this is really a package deal. This is not going to help you if you get this little bit. You're going to need to see the bigger picture. And we're going to have to condition you to open up to the way you used to be when you were younger. So he didn't understand what I meant, and I understand because this is what this video is going to be about. All right, so what this video is going to be about is something that men go through, especially when they start a business or if they go into a real serious, like they go to become a lawyer, a real serious corporate job, really thinking jobs like IT jobs, etc. There's something that happens to men. Now, guys who do physical labor, not so much, but they still do it to actually quite a bit of an extent. It's a very normal male thing. When we have to be focused, when we have to pay the bills, we've got to take care of children, we especially, this one's going to be about 2 guys who started businesses and what it did to them and how it destroyed their relationships, okay? The one guy, actually, he couldn't even meet a girl at one point, and for I think it was 2 years or longer. Actually, I think it was longer. So I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to give a discount at the end of this video, and what I'll probably do is I'll probably put it in the description so you can just go down there, click right on it to buy my book, Cracked Female Code. I'll also probably put a discount because that one's already discounted, like massively, for the ultimate package. Like, that thing is way discounted. I'm doing that because I'm trying to get you guys to get the pieces and put them together, okay? Alright, so now let's get on to it. So here's what happened. So Matt came to me, and she had moved out, and he was like, well, what's going on? I don't. So as we began to talk, he said something to me that, big flag. Now, I've been doing this for 25 years plus, and over the years you start seeing the same exact pattern with men, with couples, and I'm just gonna dive into it. Okay, so here's what it is. So Matt started a business about, I think officially it was 3 years ago, but he made a big step about a year ago or more, a little more. He moved down to Southern California. Now this is important because now suddenly he's got not only does he have his rent, but he also is renting space at this professional gym where UFC fighters and mixed martial artists are at. So now he's got overhead where he didn't have that before, okay? So all of a sudden he has to get serious. He's got to get his business going. He's got to make sure he's got money coming in the door. He's got to be paying the bills, keep the lights on. And now all of a sudden, here's what happens. If you've been watching any of my videos at all, I repeat something over and over and over. The female mating system, or both men and women, is in the lower reptilian brain. So you got the left and right hemisphere, the male brain, the logical processor, and then the right brain is the female brain. The female, that's very key, especially the communication processor, okay? So the reptilian brain is underneath on the brainstem. So that's where our mating system is, but there's a difference. For men, it connects to our eyes. That's why we think it's all about looking good, getting your hair cut and dressing nice and polishing, your car and getting your chrome rims and all that shit. But here's the deal. The female mating system is connected to her right brain. This is key. The right brain communication processor. Now, every woman I've said this to, even girls in high school, are, yeah, of course. What do you mean? Like, I was like, how do you know that? Because I studied this stuff. No, I'm talking about them. Like, they know it instinctually. Whereas for me, I had to actually read this in a book and in psychology class and all that stuff. Okay, so here's what happens. Men are born using the left brain. It's our default. We go to it automatically. As a young man, life isn't so serious. So you can be left brain, right brain. Because the right brain is the more open brain, it's the fun brain, it's the playful brain, it's the love brain. So the left brain is the logical processor. It processes communication and life experiences through the logical IBM type processor, the external processor. The right brain is the five senses processor: see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. So words and body language get filtered through the five senses. Thus, she's feeling what you're saying. Now remember, there's something key. Her mating system has a nerve that curves over and connects to her right brain's communication center. Okay, watch this. Here's what happens. So Matt came to me, as Adam did years ago, and Matt's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and blah, blah, blah. And he said something to me. He said, she kept telling me, you're not here. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm standing right in front of you. I'm right here. She's like, no, you're not. And he goes, dude, that's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. Now, every woman that's listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I actually had to talk to, I didn't have to, but it was an interaction thing. So I was going to put it out there. I actually met with Matt's mom. And the minute I said that, she goes, oh yeah, because they're out there. Now okay, now follow this, guys. The male brain is the external brain. What we do unconsciously is we look at an image, and it's called a submodality. That's a technical NLP, neuro-linguistic programming term, out there. So this is how guys talk. They go, no, blah, 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 and they're out there, right? You're not here, dude. You're not right here. Let me get something. Hold on. Action. Hey. All right, this is a picture of Brock Lesnar's wife, by the way, which I actually went on a mini date with her. But I wasn't really into Brock's wife. I was actually into, I forget the other girl's name. I want to say Sable. Hey, that was Brock's wife. But this one here, she was cute. Okay, I didn't go on a date with her, but we did have a nice conversation. And I kept trying to talk to the other girl, and Brock's wife got very pissed about that. And so, anyways, that's just another side story I'll tell you about another time. All right, so I'm using this. This was a long time ago. And I'm using this to show you something. Now, the male brain, the left brain, is the dissociated brain. It means you're disconnected. And Matt's girlfriend had said, you're not here. She was right. He was out here. He was looking at a picture of himself, so that's technically me. But whenever Matt talks, he talks like this, and he's got that very logical, linear look on his face, and his voice is even like this. Very serious and very tight and very strong. And he's looking at a picture of himself out there. That's disconnected. To be associated is, imagine that I stepped into the movie. So let's see, how was this? Yeah, it was this way. So let me show you the picture. And so I'm going to roughly copy that. So let's say I'm telling someone, oh man, I met Sable and her WWE partner. I wish I remember her name. She's a beautiful, really sweet girl. And I went down here. My buddy was taking a picture. I'm talking as if I even got my arm on the table, like the table's right here. And Sable, she was a really serious looking lady, but really beautiful and blah blah blah. And so I'm talking as if they're right there behind the table, like here. That's called being associated. And that's what guys don't do. Now here's the deal. The right brain is the associated brain. That's when you're in the five senses. See, hear, feel, smell, and taste. That's when you're in the movie. This is one thing we learned in NLP a long time ago, like 30 years ago, 29 years ago, whatever. And when I learned that, I was like, no kidding. I was like, okay, that made a lot of sense, right? So what is the problem when Matt went into his external dissociated brain? And he would always try to logically figure stuff out. No, that ruins the relationship, because the right brain is the relationship brain. It's about feeling your partner, feeling the vibe, feeling what they're feeling. You can't do that when you're in your logical thinker brain, because you're in your non-feeling brain. The logical processor does not feel. The feeling, the right brain is the emotional, creative, spiritual brain. That's the brain you're supposed to be in. But technically, you fall down in your body and you feel your body. When you do that, now you're technically processing your right brain. So you don't want to be up in your right brain because you're still in your head. And here's what Matt said to me. He goes, you know, it's funny. She kept saying to me, you know, you're up in your head. You're stuck in your head. And he was like, what is she talking about, man? That doesn't make any sense. As he went back up into his head. This will ruin your relationship. You have to learn how to drop down inside and connect with your body. Now, when I say feelings or emotions, I do not mean be a crybaby, because a lot of guys, what am I going to feel my emotions for? Because I remember even when I was in high school, I'm like, what are you talking about? Feelings, emotions, why? No, it could be powerful feelings, like when you go to a Tony Robbins seminar, or when you get ready for a football game. Here's something that's interesting. It's the guys that do physical labor, who play football, who lift weights, who compete in, you know, combat sports, because they're getting hit, and it's a physical sport. The right brain is the physical brain. So those guys have developed the ability to go into the right brain or body better than the logical guys. So here's the problem. Now watch this. So I was like, okay, so when did the problem start? He goes, well, I don't know. I mean, and so I'm explaining the logical brain, the physical brain and body. And he goes, you know, Mike, I was really kind of stressed because I had to make sure I got the bills paid. I had to keep marketing and social media. I go, yeah. I go, you got stuck up in your head. And I go, you were there for a year? He goes, yeah. He goes, she became really withdrawn. And here's the word that women will say. They become very empty because they're not feeling their body. The right brain is all about feeling the body. If they don't feel connected to their body, something women call emotionally grounded, she's going to be like, I got to get out of here. I can't do this anymore. Here's the worst part, guys. If you're in your logical brain and it sucks her up into her logical brain, right? What's the problem? You just disconnected her from her mating system. No romance. She's not getting sexually turned on. In fact, on accident, you turned her off. So what do? I take her out to dinner in a logical manner. I pay for expensive wine and I buy her flowers. That's never going to connect her to her mating system. You have to be, and here's what I had said to Matt's mom. I said, when a man learns how to be emotionally grounded, now when she comes around, she can be emotionally grounded. But if you're up in your head, it sucks them up in their head. Same thing with me. If I'm around a guy, like when I first get my clients, my first thing is to get them grounded because it sucks me up into my head and I can't stand it. It's like, oh my God, I feel like you're in jail. Once you find your freedom from that, you'll never go back. Hey, if you want to learn more about what's destroying your marriage and destroying your relationship, or if you're a single guy and you want to figure out, okay, I forgot about this. Adam came to me because he had said, Mike, I'm telling you, I used to be able to pick up. I always had a girlfriend. I always had someone I was dating. It was so easy. I never even thought about it. And I was like, yeah, bullshit. I heard this before. You know, a lot of guys would come to me. They need help. And they sit there and say how great they are at picking up on girls. But as the course unfolded, he said something. And I went, oh, wait a minute. So I played, not a game, but here's what I did. I figured out what it was. He started a business. And he borrowed a lot of money from his uncle. And it was, in his family, it's like when you borrow money, you pay it back no matter what. So all of a sudden he's got stress. Logical brain, right? And I asked him, I go, how old are you when you started your business? And I don't remember I think he said 22 or 20, let's say 24. And so then I purposely didn't say anything. And the next day when we started the class, I said, hey, by the way, was it about 20, when you're 25 years old, when you started having problems picking up on women, maybe 24 and a half or something like that? And he talks about it. Yeah, he goes, up until then I was going to clubs, meeting women, doing this, doing that. I go, Adam, you started your business and he had to keep track of the numbers and all this logical, the logical brain is a math, business, science brain, right? And so now he's up in his head, technically in his left brain, and he can't, he told me, he goes, I don't know what happened. He goes, I've taken all the pickup artist courses, I've all these dating courses and how to meet women and pickup artist courses. And he goes, I still can't meet them. It's been years. And I go, Adam, you got stuck up in your head. Remember what you were telling me yesterday, how you used to be this really easygoing, playful, funny guy? That's the right brain. The left brain is the very logical, very serious brain. And that kills your romance. Hey, this is Mike Kollin. Go to my website, MikeKollin, and buy my book, Crack the Female Code. This is the manual for when you take the one-on-one training. It's approximately 10 sessions depending on how fast we go, etc., etc. But go to MikeKollin.com. See you soon. Bye.